What's up, everybody? Joseph Whippersinger here. I want you to like this, comment, and share if you believe Western civilization erasure is a real thing. This video, I'm going to talk about, quote, Great Britain. I'm going to go back again to John Dee. Go look him up. John Dee coined the phrase, the term, the name, Great Britain, and said, whether it was angels that told him or demons, that Queen Elizabeth's power as head of the Church of England would surpass that of the Pope, which was an insane statement at the time. An insane statement at the time. I don't think anybody could look at the last 400 or 500 years of history and say that at some point the monarchs of England, Great Britain, British Isles, there's a million different names for this shit, probably to try to confuse you. So that's what Great Britain is. It's that Anglo-American empire. Okay? Never intended us to split off. It's a colony. We need to go make colonies. To Spain, if we're going to beat the Pope, Spain has all these colonies. Where's ours? The only money they got is when Sir Francis Drake went out and stole it. You wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe with that guy. There's a book I was reading about Shakespeare, and it said what Shakespeare made per year, which would be probably like $1 million a year nowadays or something like that, maybe even more. I forget. The guy said how to figure it out in the book. Sir Francis Drake made the equivalent of $600 million off of one booty. One booty. Anyway, this lady at Promethean Action that Patrick Bet-David was interviewing, okay, she didn't have very good debating skills. Okay, because as she's sitting there telling him that Great Britain's the problem, and he's sitting there saying, I'm not buying it. They're 51st in GDP. They've gone backwards, blah, 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 this and that. It's not Great Britain. I think she thought she was saying it. It's not Great Britain. It's the City of London, the Bank of England. What do you think financed all this shit? The East India Company. I told you in another video that Andrew Jackson, when he refused to take to charter the second bank of the United States, even when they took a shot at him, whoever they is, Britain, English, whatever you want to call it. They don't care about their country. It's called multinational corporations for a reason. The East India Company was a multinational corporation. That company had more money than the British Empire. Fuck the British Empire. We're dealing with the British East India Company financial system. It was rigged, a monopoly. I just heard today for the first time, Lloyd's of London had a monopoly for 300 years on insuring ships. So they took the insurance off to do with this Iran bullshit. Trump said, fuck it, we'll insure it. Fuck you, we'll insure it. I didn't know they had a 300-year monopoly on that. Think about that. Who drew the line? She keeps saying, they're trying to get everybody fighting. Look at a map. I was reading Prisoners of Geography, a book about geopolitics. And whenever they got to all these places that are all fucked up, they said, yeah, the British just arbitrarily drew a line. No, they didn't. They drew a line right in the middle to keep people fighting. Or they can get away with it. You can't do that to Russia. You can't do that to China. It's just too big. Can't do that in the United States. Nobody's ever invaded the United States. They found that out in 1812 and 1776, but again in 1812. Tried it again. That's when we're just a little East Coast empire. Can't remember whether Louisiana Purchase was then or not. It's not an empire, it's a financial system. And I see some smart people out there that, when they say it's a city of London, it doesn't mean London the city, it's the bank. The bank. I think it's still the most powerful bank in the world. Now, Cecil Rhodes flat out said, okay, it's just history. You go read it anywhere. Flat out said that he wanted Britain this shit just sounds nuts. Those people are going to listen to this shit and just say, you know what, this shit sounds nuts. Because very few people are talking about it. Alex Jones is. He got on Candace's show, and she's like, Israel this, Israel that. And he goes, hey, you know it's the Atlanticists. The people that Quigley names. Their own dude. Named who they are. In Tragedy and Hope, go read it. What the hell do they give a fuck about Great Britain, the country? Other than that's where the city of London is. But what the fuck do they care? Even if they had to move out of there. They don't give a shit. Multinational. Multinational. Multinational, global elites. Trump calls them out all the time, she says. I'm going to go look it up. It sounded about right. This is a smart lady. There's your shadow government. The elite of Britain and whoever their friends are in Europe. Very few Americans on that list. Very few. Sure they were handsomely paid to fuck their own country over. I'm sure some of them are too.